Okay, here we are. We are live. It says live. All right. Now I know I had said that this was going to take place at 2 or 2:30. However, things changed and here we are at 1:30. Uh, so since this will be in syndication via YouTube, I am going to introduce this lady that is on here with me. She is an author. Her book is called Saving Your Soul. It has been out since July, but this year has gone flying by so fast. I thought it was a little bit later, but I still love the book.
Oh,
And she is in Vogue. I mean, in Vogue, the group. As you can tell, I'm very nervous, but
love it.
um, she is like my life coach. You've been a coach for how long?
Since 2010, 10, sheesh, 12
Wow.
years. Yeah,
Wow. A life coach for that long? Woo!
I
Man, some of
know.
that escaped me. But how long has PPU been going?
It's been going since 2016,
Yeah,
so about
okay.
6 years.
Yeah, all of that has flown
I know.
by.
Like, done, okay?
Yes. But I mean, hey, it's a great thing to do and go into and a great aspect. So I guess when you have something great, it flies by, time flies by with it.
I heard that. Say that.
Um this lady is also a pescatarian. And I say that because of the fact that your motto is being bacon. So it's like, wait, what? The irony, but once it's explained, it fully makes sense. It's so um applicable to our lives, and I'm appreciative of that
Bless.
slogan, that motto all the time.
Oh, bless
Trust
up.
me, it's helped me a lot. Sometimes when I'm down and I'm procrastinating, or whatever, feeling lazy,
Right.
I sit there and say, "Oh, being bacon,
Be
being
bacon,
bacon,
baby.
being bacon." Um, oh man, I could go through all of these. You've been a child celebrity or a child star, been in the showbiz, let's say it like that. Since what exact age were you pulled into it, or did you go into it?
I've been professionally doing it since 12, but I started really kind of getting out on the scene maybe around 9, 10.
9 or 10. Wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I will just go on ahead and let everybody say hello to Rona
Hey,
Bennett.
y'all.
All right. I don't have
Thank you
no
for
no
having me.
clapping. I don't have no clapping machine or anything like that. But yes, I want to tell you, Coach Rona, that I'm very honored to have you on here. I've done a few interviews, but
Good for you.
this is like one of the up there. So I appreciate you taking the time and being able to do this.
Oh,
Um,
pleasure.
as I was saying in our agreement via Instagram, some of these questions might kind of fly into each other. So if they do, then I'll have less questions.
Okay,
But feel free to just flow with whatever information you want to give from the questions.
you got it.
All right. Now, you were saying you've been in this business since like 9 or 10. What got you in, and what made you want to stay in?
Well, first and foremost, I would like to give you a shout out because it's your birthday today. So happy birthday, baby. Happy birthday. Shout out to the fabulous blue lips, the gold tips. I see you.
Yes.
I see you. So happy
Yes.
birthday.
Thank
Um,
you.
Congratulations on you continuing to be bacon, pushing
Yes.
yourself, stretching into what else is possible and what more you have to offer and what more you can be. I love it.
Thank
Um,
you.
so now that I have totally veered from the question, you said when I got in at 9 or 10, what was it again?
What was it that brought you in, or what did you do at that age, and how did it bring you into wanting to stay in the business?
Well, I would say that I got lucky early on, bitten by the entertainment bug. It was a thing that was naturally in me. Do you hear an echo or is it just me?
I hear it kind of choppy.
Yeah, why you think it's doing that?
I don't know. I might have to. I don't know if
Me?
I put on my headphones.
Maybe try that. I don't want to have your sound quite
Yeah, hang
as
on.
fabulous as you are. Okay?
Woo.
They have
Yes, it's always some kind of technological stuff that goes on.
come on, what do you
To,
do? Let's see if
hang
that
on. Uh,
I might put mine on. How about that? What if I put my earbuds on? See if that eliminates some of the
see. Oh, okay, okay.
you
There
think
we
that
go.
might work? Ooh,
Yeah, try your headbuds. Yes,
did it
try your
disappear?
headbuds. No.
Okay.
Uh-uh.
Okay, what
That
you
might
think
work.
about this?
I can
You
hear
think
you
this
so
is
much
better?
better.
Yeah. Okay. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep.
Kind of, sort of.
All right. Yeah. Yep. There was one
So,
interview though that I did have to kind of like, I guess, chop into half, and do
yeah.
another because of the factor of the technical issues. I was like, oh no.
You know what it
And she
might
was,
be?
hmm,
Because I just started using StreamYard myself. Look at us, like totally having this moment in front of everyone. I love it. It's totally authentic. Check and see, check and make sure that I think, is it something that needs to be muted for us as a host or something? But if not, right now it sounds a bit better to me. Because I was getting
yeah,
major kind of feedback before, but it seems like it's doing better now.
I don't
What
know.
you think?
Maybe when one is talking, the other has to mute their mic. I don't know. Let me
It
see if
shouldn't
I
have to
can mute.
do that, but
Yeah, I don't know, cause I want to be able to try to get through this,
no,
and I
it's
don't want.
okay. No, we're just trying to make
Yeah,
sure we give you the best that you can have, but it's all good. I love the authenticity of it already. I love
yeah,
it.
yeah.
So,
Authenticity. I'll go with that word.
hello. So
Yeah,
yeah, I started out early. The entertainment bug bit me early. I was already acting and performing to myself in my parents' basement. They thought I was this loud, rambunctious kid with not much, of substance to say or do down there. At least I was self-entertaining. But when my sister and I would go down to Alabama with our parents for the summer and visit my maternal grandmother, she took care of foster kids, and my cousins would come by and different family members. So by the time the end of the summer would come up, I would always find a way to kind of put together these talent shows. And it was my grandmother that was like, hey, maybe you want to pay attention to Rona. Like, she's not just this loud kid, there's something there, possibly. And so my mom, my dad too, took it more seriously. And I started to sing in church. And then I started to sing with this really popular children's choir out of Chicago, the Soul Children of Chicago. That gave me kind of my first real chops out there traveling and singing. And then I was able to get involved with like this little theater on the south side of Chicago that's launched a lot of careers. It's supportive of Black talent. And I got my first lead in a play. And, I just say it even in the book, belief is a hell of a drug, because just the fact that I believed, my parents allowed me to believe, they allowed themselves to believe, and we just took action on that belief. It kept opening doors. And I think, desiring it and then having my desires fed by belief and seeing the manifestation of it absolutely kept me going, you know?
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. Wow, that's a lot of information. I think you pulled like three of my questions into one.
Did
I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
I?
I really am. My mom actually was the one who helped me practice last night, and
Tell her I said hi.
yeah, I will. She's supposed to be coming here today, because we're going to be going
Okay.
out for my birthday. And
Yay.
so I'll tell
Awesome.
her when she gets here. Now you were saying your family helped you and they believed in you. I know you have one sister, that's all, right?
That's right. My
Okay.
sister Roz. Uh-huh.
Rise. And how did that you being in the industry and show business from that age all the way affect your not just her but your parents and their relationship,
Mm.
different I mean the immediate family has to kind of resituate and readjust to help the child to be able to do what they need to do.
That's right. Good question. Um, I didn't find that it affected our relationship in an adverse way, but you are very correct that they adjusted for me. So for example, when I became a Mouseketeer, who's going to live with Rona in Orlando? We live in Chicago. Who's going to go down there and be her guardian? So they did trade off. At one point, my mom was staying. One second, my dad was staying. My sister even had to be my guardian. My grandmother, that I was talking about, came down to be my guardian. So they all traded responsibility for me so that I could chase this dream down, if you will.
That's
It
good.
was a family effort. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a well, that reminds me, the only bit of understanding and comparison I could say is I had surgery when I was a kid, and I had to stay in the
Yeah.
hospital for like a week. And my parents and my grandmothers took turns staying in the hospital with me during nighttime and during
Yeah.
the daytime, I'm sure. So I can kind of understand, but they were not stuck or having to readjust for as long as your parents did. So I commend
Thank you.
families that can do that. It's a lot of wear and tear. Um, and I've heard recent interviews with different celebrities and how it affected their families.
Yeah.
It made
Wow.
their families have to break apart or somebody
Oh,
felt left
goodness.
out. Yeah, so
Well, yeah,
it,
maybe.
yeah, but I'm glad that it really didn't affect you all in a terrible way, and it helped to bring the better part of you all out. So I'm
Yeah.
glad for that. Yes,
Yay.
always glad
Yeah.
for that. All right, you were
Yeah.
talking about the MMC. Growing up, I guess you would say growing up because you were on there for how many seasons and what age to
Four.
what age?
4 seasons from 14 to 18.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. 14.
Hmm.
Ooh. Them's
Some
the
formative years,
yeah.
juicy
Them's the
years.
good
Yeah.
years. Them's
Oh, yeah.
wow. Oh wow. Whew. Man. I know my awkward stages were during that time. So how
Yeah.
was that with you? I mean, you had children that were your age, so you all could go through it together, but how was that?
I think that's probably what was kind of cool about it. I mean, there were a couple things that I think were really great about being there at that age, at that time. I know we hear a lot of the stories about kids that were in Hollywood and did not come out so great because they were exposed to an adult life, if you will, way too soon, for the most part. And possibly, even if they were exposed to that adult life, a lot of them didn't have the right guardians or advocates, as far as parenting on their side. And so we hear a lot of those stories now about how drugs became a part of their culture, even um, all kinds of unsavory things, if you will, that are unfortunate to hear. What I
Mhm.
will say is that being down there for Disney, because I was around my peers, we were all dealing with the same thing. So we were doing teenage things. We were hanging out at teenage spots, if you will, having teenage challenges. And it was a kids show, and it was a wholesome kid show. So we weren't involved in subject matters that pushed the envelope in that other direction. We were doing Hall of Fame Day for the kids that are doing amazing things in the community, or doing a Rock the Planet concert, because we were about conservation of the planet, So I think that that experience really helped me at that.
Uh-oh, wait, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. You muted.
Yes. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, phone call.
Oh,
Sorry about
yeah,
that.
I'm surprised. Well, people are texting me, so at least I'm lucky on that note.
Right, we
Because
we
usually it's
both
a
didn't do our
call right in
part.
the middle.
Right. We got to
Well,
like mute the stuff. But yeah,
yeah.
so it's good. It was good to be in that space. And Disney helped us to, I think, as far as media was concerned, how to approach media, how to hold narratives, how to be an ambassador for
You said
what was
hold.
considered. Uh-huh.
You said hold narratives. What does how do you what does that mean?
Protecting a brand.
Oh,
Protecting a
okay.
brand. So, Disney, at least for that point in time, for sure, associated in a very positive light. And so there are things that they teach you about how to communicate on behalf of the brand that you're working for, you know?
Wow.
So I got a
Okay.
lot of amazing media training at that time as well. So if I were to choose a place to be, in the business, that was a pretty good place for me
Okay.
at that
Wow.
age.
Okay.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. So with that also being, and you grew up with JC and Justin and the others, how did that affect you, or did that affect you once the MMC was over and their careers started shooting up? And then, how did that affect you,
Excuse
or
me.
did it help you?
I was more surprised if than anything. I'm like, wait a minute, right? Like I remember Britney was blowing up around the same time. Shocking, like how she took off. I remember the kids were like jamming up the phone lines for the radio stations down in Florida. I think that's one of the biggest launching pads for NSYNC. If anything, I was just blown away. But at that time, when we were leaving, like I went to Hollywood after that, where I would say the big dogs play, because I knew I needed to go and be an adult, make the transition. And being a Mouseketeer was so not the cool thing for us to say. Like we were too busy running from having to say that we were Mouseketeers, because at the time it just wasn't, it didn't sound cool. Disney Channel was something you had to pay for, so everybody wasn't exposed to it. It may have sounded corny to some people because they just didn't understand Mouseketeer and how hip the show actually was. It was not until years later, after everybody had probably blown up and gone off to do other things in their career, finally full circle, people are saying, oh, this place where these kids came from, and it became this novelty space of developing and honing talent. But prior to
Right.
that, when we were coming out of that time, we were running from our Mouse Club background. We didn't want people to think we didn't have the chops, to be where we were.
Yeah, yeah. I've heard a few of the Mouseketeers, the former Mouseketeers. What do you all call yourselves? Ex-Mouseketeer, former, or like do you just say once a Mouseketeer, always a Mouseketeer? What is it?
Always in the club. If you find us on Instagram and Facebook, you'll see that our social media handle as a brand is always in the club. So we're always going to be Mouseketeers.
Okay. I
Yeah.
I already have that. I look at oh gosh. Uh I don't want to say the wrong name. Anthony Donovan, I think. And
Yeah.
he
Super
he'll go
talented.
live sometimes, and he actually wished me a happy birthday today. So if he's
Shout
happening to see
out.
this, yes, thank you for the happy
Hey,
birthdays,
Anthony.
and I'm really enjoying this day. So thank you very much. Now you were saying that you went on ahead to Hollywood. I remember seeing you first, and I remember kind of jumping up and down, be like, "Oh, I know her, Jamie Foxx show." Yes, the minute rice. I was like, oh, okay, so she's coming in here with the minute rice commercial jingles. Did you all have to just make that up on the spot, or was that already practiced, or was it a mixture?
Uh, it was a mixture because they did hire me to be a singer and an actress. I didn't audition for that role. I talk about this in Saving Your Soul because I had already booked a role on the show before, but I couldn't do it because I was doing something else. Thank God for other work, but couldn't do it. So when another
Hmm.
opportunity came back around for a role on the show, it required that you were an actress and a singer, and the casting director knew that about me, and they just hired me. So when I went into the table read, when everybody comes in, the writers, the producers, the actors, and everybody sits around and they just kind of read through the script, see what works, what doesn't work, and you go through the work week and put the show on its feet. Um, I where that normally can be approached very casually, and it still was because I was not auditioned for the role. I came in with my A game. I was like, look, I gotta come in and show them why I have the job. So
Yes.
uh Jamie came in. He did his first line exactly the way, almost very similar to the way that he did it in the table read. Playing white rice. See how boys, it was
Hmm.
a pretty nonchalant approach. But I decided to give him something to think about, if you will. And so I delivered my line in a way that nobody anticipated because they hadn't seen me audition for it. And the room just erupted. And he was even
Okay.
like, Jamie's brilliant. So he's like dabbing his nose like he just got punched in the face. And it was hilarious.
Oh man. Uh-oh. She took herself off. Oh no. Come back on. Come back on. Come
I'm
back
back.
on. I hear you. I can't see you.
I know. You know that it's a delicious time of the day. And I did not do my part let me see if I can pull myself back in. It's not letting me show.
No, I saw you for a second and then you went back out.
Yeah. Oh,
Uh,
shucks. Okay, I'm gonna try to stop my can't. No, let me see. Let's see. It doesn't want to see me anymore. What is wrong? I'm here, but it's not giving me any love. Shucks.
yeah.
Well,
No.
you might have to like slide a picture of me to the into the I'm so sorry. I really needed to put do not disturb on the phone and hopefully nothing would have come through.
Oh man.
I did not do that. Normally
Yeah.
I like to do these interviews from my computer. I don't like to even use the phone for that reason, right?
Oh man.
But I'm
Yeah.
so sorry. If you want to start over and do a little ditty where you connect the interview, that could be okay. But if you want to stay live, we can stay live.
I could do okay, it'll wind up being a two-parter because this part will go straight through and then
Yeah.
I can pull you back on for the
How about
next
that?
part of it. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna
We'll
have
be
to see
back.
how to get out of it. Okay. All right.
All right.
Everyone else will be back. Okay.